Hello everyone, and just doing a little short update here. If you've been following me on my Facebook page or Instagram feed, I've been playing with a laser cutter that I just got. So in addition to whatever else I've made, I've also made these, which are for Warhammer Underworlds. They're like card organizers. So if you're not familiar with it, it is a living card game, board game from Games Workshop. You have your warband, obviously. There are miniatures associated with it, like from pretty much all games from Games Workshop. Lots of, I don't know, art, cards, miniatures, and whatnot. These are your stats, you got your units, and you have like your upgrades and whatnot. And objectives. It's, you know, it's a board game. So this organizer, I took this design. Well, the design was inspired by Phantom 404, I believe, from Thingiverse. So you should definitely check out his version of the card organizer. Mine is quite a bit different, but the end goal's the same. So this is the first iteration, second iteration. First one, I'm just trying to like fit all my stuff in there. So the idea is that like this wider area down here is for upgrade cards. Just because you can have multiple upgrades, it's not limited necessarily to the upgrades you get. So you have this kind of like wider space to fit a number of upgrades, just kind of like this. I mean, it's just to keep it within, you know, the unit, not necessarily to show every upgrade perfectly, because you know, we all have limited space. So I just thought I could condense things. I could also put these into acrylic, or on acrylic tokens. It's just literally taking the one layer of paper off of an actual token and just gluing it onto the bottom of an acrylic piece. It's more accurate to exactly the size I want, which happens to be 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, I think, versus this, which is slightly larger than 2 centimeters, just because of like the little nubs when you're taking it out of the paper thing. So the first iteration, I just wanted to show you that so like the acrylic pieces fit perfectly, but the tokens sometimes get stuck. They don't go in all the way. It might be because it's like stopped or whatever, but the acrylic version, it fits perfectly. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do with that. And then I have like these little finger things to just kind of pop it out, but this first iteration is too small. Some of these are too small, so second iteration. Again, you have your unit card here. You can have 5. Obviously, you can kind of just like do however many. You could take away the etch here and just put like another wound counter in there if you wanted to. You can upgrade your dudes to have more than however many wounds that they're supposed to have on their stat card. So for some, it might actually be useful. For others, it's just, you know, decorative. And that perfectly fits. I made the circles and the squares just a touch bigger, 0.5 millimeter bigger actually, and then now all the tokens fit perfectly. And then because it's slightly bigger, even the finger tabs here makes it a lot easier to just, a lot more natural anyway, to pull everything out that you need to. So maybe these card backs are a little bit flimsy. So if I had a regular card with a matte finish or a matte backing with this rather than this card protector sleeve, it's a little bit, it's not as hard as this, right? So maybe if I use this one, it would be a little bit easier to work with. And then of course this was the same size, so I just kept it like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this away because I do intend on selling these. We'll see how generic I can make these look. Basically, yeah. So imagine it without this, without that symbol, and that's basically the design. You can add some customizability. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for watching.